Brother Maynard, bring up the holy hand grenade. 1, 2, 5.
Freezer!
3. Dumpster fire!
Arm yourselves, America. This is Defenders Live.
Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yeah. Tell 'em turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last warning, a courtesy call. I am not afraid.
It's Tuesday.
of the storm that comes my way. When it hits,
Dylan, did you turn your mic back on?
I'm on. The mic is on. I don't care what anybody says. I love our opening. That just makes me giggle every daggone time.
Behold the holy hand grenade.
Please go to Armaments, Chapter 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is 4 through 5.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I don't care what anybody says. Because it is. It's
It's amazing. It is
it
good
is
times.
well, but it is every bit of a
Dumpster fire!
But that's perfect for us
It is. It is. That sums up our show.
in a nutshell.
Literally.
In a
In
dumpster
a well, it's
In a dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire!
That's right.
already so early to be talking about nuts, but I guess
Well, you gotta.
now's as good a time as any.
Sometimes
so.
you feel like one. So.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, go to doaeshow.com.
Oh.
That's our website, by the way, in case you weren't aware.
Yeah.
You go check out everything about us that's over there. You can find all of our archives going way back to the beginning when we were just wee lads.
When Dylan was Stephenless.
Yes, I was. And then there's the stretch where Steven was Dylanless. And there was
Yeah.
this. It's a weird little
It's
give
a
and
weird
take
combination that we
we've
did
had
for
over
a
the years.
while. I mean, it's odd.
It is. It's almost like revenge or retribution of some kind. I don't know.
Didn't know you.
But yeah, no, check out all the archives. There are videos and audios. You can catch everything we've ever done. If you're in the mood and want to look for some stuff to buy, we got the shirts, we have our apparel, we have Jackal Nation stuff like Steven is wearing. If you are watching on Mojo TV, on mojo50.com,
Or on D Live.
or on D Live is another one
D-Live.
we do. You can also speak to us
Mm-hmm.
on all
All.
the social medias. Well,
Yes.
I say all the social medias. It's we are still somewhat on the Facebooks.
Yes, we are. Well, for the next 3 minutes.
Well, but I mean, we actively have an account with the Facebooks. We are also on the Twitters and the Instagrams,
Yes.
YouTubes. Everything can be found at DOAE Show.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you use the hashtag Arm Yourselves. That is LVES.
Mm-hmm. Not elves, but
No.
LVES.
Yeah, not elves.
Not arm your elves. Not arm yourself.
Yeah, not with an FS or LFS.
Love
So.
you guys, though. Love you guys so much. But
Yeah.
all that to say,
Welcome.
check us out. Welcome to the show. Talk to us. We will respond.
Indeed, because
Indeed.
this is going to be. I think
just-
dumpster fire might be an understatement.
I think it might be, but we might as well go with one more.
Dumpster fire!
So let's get into it. All right. So
Do we want to before we start
Uh,
this? Do you
yeah.
want to do
Mm?
Do we want to do Patriot Mobile real fast just so it's out of the way?
I think
'Cause
we
this
should.
might-
You know
this
what?
might
That's
take
probably a
bit.
good idea. Because we're gonna get into this and we're not gonna want to stop. So
I know. So let's
Yeah.
talk about Patriot Mobile.
Let's talk about Patriot Mobile before we get started. Look, you guys know that the left is creating a lot of chaos
Yeah, they are.
in our lives and in our respects and in our social medias. The far left politicians, they're completely unhinged 90% of the time. The media is completely biased for everything that's going on. Anti-Semitism is high and running rampant. It is crazy.
Well, I think we can sum it up with it's just a giant.
Dumpster fire!
Yes, it is a giant dumpster fire. But there is one thing you can do to help preserve freedom, and that's go to Patriot Mobile. The reason why Patriot Mobile is not only a veteran-led organization, but they provide you great service at a great price, and they donate a little bit of the money that you spend with them to help conservative and constitutional causes. So far, more than $2 million have been spent to support constitutional rights.
Heck yeah.
Imagine what we could do if you joined the side of Patriot Mobile. Check them out today with unlimited talk and text plans starting as low as $25 a month. Just don't wait. Check them out, patriotmobile.com/mojo50. That's patriotmobile.com/mojo50. And when you go there today, you can get, activation fees waived on the spot for up to 2 lines. It's amazing service. Plus, if you need to transfer and everything like that, they have $500 a line, $1,500 per account that they will pay. They will pay back on your account if you switch over and have to pay off some phones. So check them out.
Yep.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
I know. What do you have to lose? patriotmobile.com/mojo50. So, do you just want me to start it? Because I mean,
you ready for this?
I no.
I'm not.
All right, let's just do this. All right, you tell me. You raise a holy hand if you need me to stop. All right, just
no. I will let you know. But all right, real fast. This is and I'm not going to say where because it's not that important. I found this particular thing. Someone very close to me posted on Facebook. So anybody who is not, comatose or living under a rock is fully aware that abortion is pretty much the forefront of everything right now. You have those against, those are for, blah, blah, blah. Everywhere you turn, God knows you can't poop without something about abortion being right in your face.
Yes.
Which is just a really awkward place to see it.
Why would it ever be in your face? I mean, why? Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't get in my face.
It shouldn't be, but it is. So this video was posted, and I aside from being like rather brokenhearted,
what's the best way to describe it?
That is the best way to describe it. I just said, you know what? We need to bring this onto the show, and we need to take this apart. This is from the company. They're called What If. And they're actually, it's interesting. I don't always hold every water to everything they do, but basically they take a scenario and they play out what if. Well, what if, the Earth had to repopulate? What if you were living back during the dinosaur age just 200 million years ago? What if, and they have all of these things. What if you ate uranium or whatever? All kinds of interesting stuff.
So let's check it out. This is a what if. And, what if abortion was illegal worldwide?
Imagine a world where no woman could ask for an abortion, even if she'd been sexually assaulted, even if...
Wait, sorry, what? Dylan, over there, Mojo50, Dylan.
Yes.
Yes.
Imagine a world where a woman couldn't ask for an abortion. Got it. Nice. That would be pretty good. That's kind of what we're striving there for.
That's a good start, honestly.
That's a really good start. I don't understand why it is that you would want to ask for an abortion.
I'm
sorry. That one I get was a little bit self-explanatory. Go ahead. Let's continue. I'm sorry I interrupted. Continue.
All right.
Not having an abortion means her own life would be at risk.
All right, hold on.
Shut up!
Shut
up. Her own life is it really?
You know the case for that is like 1 in 100th.
It's not even that. Like most folks, okay, who are at risk, and not all. I get there's other circumstances, but predominantly the at-risk folks are the women who have been trying and who are way up in age, who've never had children, the ones who are subjected to even in vitro. As good as that is, there are risks behind it. There's all kinds of reasons, but this idea and this stigma that, well, you never know when a woman is gonna just suddenly keel over and die because of this bull. Anyway.
Right. And also want to add this in. Roz over on the Mojo50 TV, thank you for joining us over there, says all the new laws have an allowance for health of the mother.
Yes. And And part of that health of the mother crap, and a lot of people have been trying to deal it in the argument, and we'll get rolling. I know we got a lot to cover still. But a part of it is the whole, well, what if the baby dies? Are you supposed to leave it in there and carry it to term, and therefore the baby literally rots inside the womb and it makes you sick and blah, 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 blah. And
by the way, when that happens, your body automatically flushes it out.
Yeah, and if you can't,
unless it's gotten to a certain point of term, and then yes, at that point.
So I was getting ready to say you have to go in and do a D&E or a D&C, and I had to deal with
what
two
anybody's
of those
talking
in my
about.
life.
That's not an abortion. The baby's already dead.
Yes.
If that happens, the baby's already dead. That's not an abortion. All right.
Now
that is an outpatient procedure.
I will clarify, and I've looked into this. I wasn't thrilled when I overly saw it, but I will get it. A lot of problems that people are running into is the actual medical term of abortion is being used. I've seen across the board in medical stuff, and going back a while, so it's not just a new thing.
Right.
Refers to when you have to do a D&E and things like that.
Well, yeah, it refers to that, but what they're talking about is not that.
That's what I was getting ready to say. So what happens is this is the only moment that I'm going to try and actually put like a reach across the thing is the people who are pro-choice are the ones who are sitting here who, air quotes, and see it as that fact, but then are basically playing that whole, well, you won't let them clean out a woman and you won't do this and it's health care and blah, 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 blah. And we're on this side going abortion is killing a baby. And they're literally playing us in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. I want to. This is my moment of nativity. I'm going to let that ride.
All right, let's let it ride, and let's see how this runs through.
Let's go.
You may argue that life begins at conception, and it's wrong to kill anyone, even a fetus.
Yeah.
After all, a fetus is a potential human being, and by 18 weeks...
Stop. No, it's not a potential freaking human being. A fetus is not... Stop saying fetus, first of all. It's a baby. You want to know why it's a baby? Because it's a human baby.
Potential? Name one other moment in human history, ever, in recorded history, that somebody, a female, was pregnant and gave birth to something other than a human baby. Potential.
Mythology. Centaurs. Just, they're still half human, but...
But see, even the half human...
Mythology. That's all you got.
Matter.
So anyway,
is developed enough to feel pain.
Yes.
But is abortion always wrong?
Yes.
Yes.
This is What If, and here's what would happen if abortion was illegal worldwide. Picture this: dealers selling abortion drugs on the streets, hospitals overflowing with women dying from having tried to induce an abortion on their own.
What?
Stop.
And
hold on. What? Stop. Why would you? Again, why would you? All right, if you're going to jam a coat hanger up inside yourself because you are that desperate to kill your child, then you deserve whatever's coming to you.
There's something wrong.
Sue me.
There is something wrong.
How do you? Not one bit of this is even started off with, well, we could, there's the discussion of abstinence, which no one wants to ever talk about except for apparently Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
We can't do anything like, there's contraceptives, there's the IUD, there's condoms, there's diaphragms, there's all kinds of birth control.
There is what's called the morning after pill, which actually stops the egg the
attaching.
Egg from attaching, which means that it stops the process.
Yes.
Before the baby, before any of that, before conception happens.
All kinds of stuff that you can use before pregnancy actually gets done, and people can split hairs, but to sit here and this just drives me nuts. This drives.
Yep. Continuing on.
Mm-hmm.
Millions of unwanted kids born into a horrible quality of life.
There's already millions of unwanted kids born into an unwanted life, right?
Hold on. Define a horrible life.
What is a horrible life? It's a life.
Well, but as I say, define a horrible life,
well,
because
if they're
now
in America,
you're taking
life, a horrible life in America means that they're at least going to get meat with they're going to get an education. They're at least going to get meat with their meals, minimum once a day. They're going to have a TV. They're going to have a cell phone. They're going to have They're going to have free health care. They're going to have a whole mess of things. What do you mean by horrible life? If you mean third world countries, well, those countries already impose strict rules about having kids and everything else, and they kill their own children. So how about we stop that?
Yeah, you can't, and this is the one thing about this kind of stuff that irritates me. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this this particular video, because Steven can't stand doing it just because it's a pain in the ass on the tech side.
It really is.
But it was one of those I felt needed to get done, because this is the stuff that they do. Is they anybody. It's not just pro-abortion people. It's all kinds of people who do an argument. No one ever. I say no one. Not a lot of people. There are people who tend to go wide and then narrow and then wide again, and that's just what happened. We went from discussing, ultimately what it looks like here in America, abortion and everything else, to, well, there's children born into a bad situation. Well, define a bad situation.
Can I ask one thing? If a child is born, is that really a bad situation?
I don't think so. Because everybody is born differently, and not for nothing, it's the struggle. That's what we were always taught. At least I know they don't do it now necessarily, but that's what you're taught, is the struggle that a lot of the heroes we had growing up went through a crappy life. They had a horrible situation growing up. It was tough. It was the depression, all this other stuff. But they grew up, they got through it, and they got stronger, and they became these mighty people that we look up to. And it doesn't make any sense now.
You want to know the type of horrible life these kids are going to have? They're going to have such a horrible life that they're going to be fat.
Oh, I know.
They're going to be fat.
Yep.
Especially born in America. We're going to have fat, chubby kids. It'll be so much fat kid running around that we're going to have to pass out Ridgezone like candy.
Exactly. Look, you can't. To say that they were born into a bad situation is relative.
Right. By the way, go check out Ridgezone.
Speaking of fat kids.
Speaking of fat kids and passing out Ridgezone like candy, check out Ridgezone. That's riduzone.com. riduzone.com. You can get a 30% off special when you buy a 3-month supply. riduzone.com. Ridgezone.com. Little pill. Little setup. America's first weight management supplement of OEA. It's natural metabolite that's produced in olive oil and also in your human body. The formulation of OEA aids healthy weight loss, okay? Low calorie consumption, high metabolism rate to help you burn fat. That's exactly what it does. Also, we mentioned olive oil.
Yeah, we did.
Did you know that your body would need 12 liters of olive oil to produce the same amount of OEA as there is in one bottle of Ridgezone? That is a lot. It is amazing what this is. Ridgezone.com, riduzone.com. Once again, 3-month supply, 30% off. That's about $20, same as downtown. Go check them out today. It is amazing. You need to lose a couple pounds. So do I.
Yes,
Maybe I should buy it. I don't know.
We all should buy it.
But that is what's going to happen. There's going to be a bunch of fat little kids running around because they get a whole bunch of food stamps, $700 per child for these kids.
Yep.
And, mom and dad are buying up the steak and the lobster and the sushis.
Well, and again, I mean, you look again, a bad situation, growing up in a bad situation is relative. My childhood, we grew up, I lived for 17 years of my life. We lived in a 120-year-old farmhouse. That the only time we had AC was a window unit that was in our living room, and it literally had to be in the hundreds outside consecutively for days. There was a stretch actually where we would have to would walk up and down. My dad had somehow or another gotten hold of a metal detector, and we would look for change out at schools where kids were playing in the playground, and it would fall out of their pockets. And that's what we would use to go buy bread and beans and butter and things like that, so we could have a meal for the rest of the week. Okay? Some people can look at that and say it's hard. It's relative. I'm alive. I'm happy. Good. As Rod so eloquently put it, the jury is still out on me, and I got that. But it's all relative. It's what the individual does with it.
Exactly.
You cannot shelter and stop.
All right, we're 1 minute into this move, to this 4-minute thing. So
all right, keep going.
Let's burn it.
Even if you disagree with abortion, placing a global ban on it would affect everything from a woman's basic right to decide what to do with her body.
It's not your body.
To the well-being of our planet. Yep, even the Earth would face.
Okay, I'm gonna rewind that for a second because I'm grinding my teeth. Correction, it is her body, but the problem with it is you need to make that decision before that child is conceived.
Yes.
That's the problem. That's
Yes.
where a lot of people, like myself, are pissed about all of this. You want to turn around and say, oh, well, she should have the right to choose. Then choose to
not have sex.
Well, no.
Yes.
Because let's be honest. Let's be. As much as I hate, dude, I will give people
Safe sex.
safe sex. Let's do it. Go.
Please.
There's condoms. There's birth control. There's the morning after. There's all these little things that can be done. Diaphragms. We just went through all this. Use that. There's your choice. Now, if you do all of that and it still happens, then you just SOL, as the saying goes, and you just have to make do. And if you don't want to keep it, then you give it away. You not donate it. You put it up for adoption. Whatever.
Yes.
But it's the same type of thing. You can do everything. Sorry, you can do everything safely like you should. You get into a car, you buckle up, you check your mirrors, you do everything. You don't talk on the phone, you don't text, you don't do anything. You drive properly, and someone can still cream you with drunk driving or whatever. But you did everything you were supposed to do. Doesn't matter. Nothing changes.
Yep.
You have to make do with the consequences of what happens. You took the risk by getting on the road, just like you took the risk by laying down and having sex. Protective or not, things can happen.
If you open your legs, you've chosen.
More human-caused struggles, but we'll get to that in a moment.
Oh, good.
Governments might ban abortions, but that wouldn't mean there wouldn't be any. Every day, 125,000 women around the world get an abortion.
Only because it's easy access.
If the procedure would...
Hold on. They're like, well, it wouldn't keep it from happening. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why we do the segment that we do on Monday nights.
Yep.
Okay? Because that's what you call a heart problem. If you're going to knowingly decide, well, screw it, the law says we can't do this, so I'm going to find some back way of doing this.
That's a
in
hard
a van
issue.
somewhere with a coat hanger or whatever. Then you get what's coming to you. You're not going to get sympathy from me on this.
You need a bell from there.
Yeah. Well,
I know you're
it's
all
a heart
frustrated.
problem, and you can't change the outside without changing the heart.
All
Period.
right, we're getting close to the end here, but we got 2.5 minutes.
no longer available to them, then they may choose to have a clandestine abortion. It'd be dangerous, and it might even kill them. But if they didn't take that risk, they'd have to go through with a pregnancy they didn't want, knowing that they
Cry
not be able to
me a river. You
care for or financially support their child. Some women would take pills to induce an abortion at home. In a worst-case scenario, they'd abandon their newborn babies. Many of those trapped in a motherhood they didn't want would suffer from anxiety and low self-esteem. They might end up staying tethered to abusive partners or be left all alone in their pregnancy. You decide what's worse.
Have sex.
And what about those
Sorry, what was that?
Then don't have sex.
Oh, you're back on that, huh?
who had an abortion and got caught? Well, that depends on how strict the abortion laws would be. Today, women in countries like El Salvador can be prosecuted and sentenced to up to 8 years in prison if the authorities suspect she might have harmed her fetus.
That's because you're killing a life.
You are. It's the same type of thing as if a guy is drunk driving and he hits a pregnant woman and kills the baby. He can get hit for vehicular manslaughter. Sorry, hit. Like, if I'm sorry, but you can't. If in America, a guy or anybody for that matter, anybody who kills a baby in the womb in a car accident can be charged with vehicular manslaughter, then enlighten me as to why a woman can turn around and go, "It's my choice," and do it on a table.
I don't know.
Keep going. Keep going.
Honestly, we're about to get hit with the time.
All right, fine.
We're about to get hit with the time. We have 1:45 left, and I don't think we're gonna make it through this, Dylan. I think we're gonna have to stop there on that one. I think we're gonna stop there. Anyway, we'll be right back. This is the Defenders Live. I'm telling you, dude. Like,
It's like, yeah, you have your meat in America, but they make you finish it before you get any pudding. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat?
that's right. If you don't eat your meat, how are you gonna get the pudding?
Oh my
Donna,
God!
Donna and Roz over on the Mojo TV. These people are on freaking point tonight. I'm telling you what.
This is a very soft spot for me. I don't. And again, one day I'm going to go into detail about this. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it in July when everybody shows up. I'll do it then. I don't know. But I just.
Donna goes, the choice to have a kid is made in the bedroom, not the procedure.
Yep.
Ross says, open your legs. You chose.
Yep.
Free condoms at Planned Parenthood. How is there's no birth control for men? There is, Donna. There is birth control for men. But
yes.
The problem with it is that it drops the sperm count, which then makes it almost impossible for the guy to have kids later on in life.
Yeah, but I mean, again, still, it's still there. And I mean, I would rather that, in my humble opinion, I would rather that than to, oh, well, we didn't want this. I'm not financially ready. Let's kill it.
I'm sorry. I just don't want to shoot blanks. Jeremy Hansen over on D Live says, hang him.
Hang him my ass. That's a waste of rope.
Well, I mean, you can reuse rope. At least you're not wasting bullets.
This is not. Yeah, Sarah the Jackal's like, Dylan is pissed.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
You're here for it. Yeah, if I had my way, it would keep on going, but.
Yep. No, I'm not. I'm done. I'm done with it.
Yeah, Steven's like, he can only take so much angry Dylan.
We do the entire show with this, and that's not good. All right, we're coming back here in the next few seconds. And we're back. You're listening to Fitters Live on Mojo 50 Radio. If you missed our first segment, lucky you.
Oh, it's a delight.
Lucky you.
It's a doozy. Definitely go back and check that. Hell, that might be the part of where I'm going to cut. And,
you might need to cut that entire section out and just be like, yep, here we go.
Dumpster
fire! That's it.
That's it around. Thank you. Actually, yes, thank you asking for a friend, Jack Hole. I love that setup of the state of Florida records the reasons for every abortion which occurs inside its borders. In 2018, there were 70,083 abortions in Florida. And the table shows a list of the reasons why the percentage of abortions that occurred. How many do you think were involving incestuous relationships? 0.0001.
That's about as much. Actually, that's, only about 100th less.
Yeah. Do you want to know what the percentage of
less?
But let's go to rape because that's the one they always throw out. How about the rape victims? You want to know how many that was?
No. What is it?
0.001.
Oh, so almost the same
percent. The woman's life in danger. It's another big one they throw around, right? 0.003%. There was a serious fetal abnormality. 0.01.
Sure.
0.01.
Sure.
For the woman's physical health was threatened by the pregnancy. 0.02% of the women's psychological health was threatened by the pregnancy. Which I'm sorry, that's a crock. That's a cop out. I don't want to hear it. You're full of it.
Yep. No. Okay, so you got that. We can go through the entire list of stuff.
No, there's only two more.
Okay,
ready?
Go ahead.
For women who aborted for social and economic reasons. You want to take a stab?
10%.
That was
10%, maybe.
20.02%.
20%. Okay,
you
what's the
know
last
how
reason?
many of no reason whatsoever? Just for the hell of it?
70%?
75.40.
See, about 70%. No reason. No reason whatsoever. I'm just having an abortion.
Tell me again. It's just, oh, well, the health of the mother, blah, 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 blah.
Sarah the Jackhole says Dylan is pissed as S, and we're here for it. Arm yourselves. That's good times. Also,
yes.
Rants Out Loud says, gosh, if I exceed the speed limit, I might end up with a costly ticket that I didn't want.
What? What? Oh, darn.
What? I know, right? It's like if you do something you shouldn't do, you might end up with a result that you don't want.
Well, and there's even, as we've expressed, there's all kinds of things you do in life. Like, you could exercise, work out daily, and eat healthy and still die because you will.
Yeah, because you will. You will.
You can take all the precautions you want, and
you're going to die one day.
It's not going to cover you. It's not going to protect you. You're not going to be safe.
It's like that. Have you seen the commercial for the Catch-22, the new show on Hulu?
Oh, I've seen.
The two guys walking together. He's like, the difference between you and me? Worry, 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 dead. Me, happy, 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 dead. It's like, all right.
It's true. I mean,
technically, you're right. All right.
That's true.
Anyway.
You know what else is true?
Hold on. It just beats you over on the MeWe. Note to self: allow Dylan to finish his story before submitting the snarky comments.
Yes, because more than likely your snarky comment also is contended on such stories.
Yeah.
But really, though, you know what else is true?
What else is true?
And I really hate doing this. I hate doing this.
Wait a minute. You mean setting up for angry me, or
No. I hate doing this.
Oh, what do you hate doing?
Why the hell are we subpoenaing every single person that has ever known freaking Donald Trump?
Because Trump.
But why?
Because the Mueller report and all that crap, all these investigations that have been going on from the beginning turned up nothing. So they have to find something. There has to be something. There is no way that this guy is squeaky clean. There has to be something that people can point to and say, "Oh, look, there it is."
No.
Hard no.
Exactly. No.
Just saying, it's.
I don't understand it. Look, they're subpoenaing Hope Hicks. They're doing him again. They're doing all these other people, all the former aides, everybody that's been involved with Donald Trump. I don't even like the guy.
I don't either.
Look, he's our president. I support him because he has currently done a lot of things that have been supportive of our country. Great.
Yep.
When he goes wrong, you will know it because I will tell you. When he does good, you will know it because everybody else will tell you, and I won't have to.
We won't have to say a word.
I won't have to say anything. You'll hear it from every other person on the station. I won't have to say a word. Okay?
We're up again.
Is it us? No, it's not us. It's everybody else. Okay, good.
Just so we're clear.
I didn't vote for the guy, and you know what? He's done good for the most part. We all know that. That's why I haven't had to talk about him a lot.
No.
But can we just get over this? Can we get over this crap?
Look, so your team is not in the lead at the moment.
Ooh, your team hasn't been in the lead for a while now. That ship went down with Barack Obama.
Yeah, look, I don't know if anybody realizes this or not, but this happens every 4 years, 8 years, sometimes 12. The pendulum swings. It depends on the social status. It depends on
nobody wants to know how your pendulum swings.
This is true.
Nobody wants to know that, except
depends
for your
on
wife.
how high I'm off the ground. Anyway,
that's also true.
It is.
That's true.
But you're right. You're right. Nobody wants to deal with this.
Ultimately it depends on what's going on in the country. What is the hot button topic? What is the nation feeling right now? And right now, when everything in turmoil for some goofy reason, everything is socialism. Yeah, everything's all about the social life. It's how does this make me feel? How does this affect me in this situation? Are you hurting people's feelings? Are you? And I'm.
Well, you know what? I think hurting people's feelings is less of a problem when you have a gun at Tar River Arms.
Because where else would you get a gun but Tar River Arms?
I don't know, actually.
Dude.
That's the only place I've ever gotten a gun. So,
and it's the only place you should ever get a gun. So, have you seen Facebook pictures today?
No, because I don't do Facebook.
Oh well,
the only time I do Facebook is the 5 minutes that I have Mojo on.
And this is true. No, so I need to. So there are
That's
pictures.
true.
There are pictures.
Of the
so
space.
of the wall is almost filled.
Sweet.
The cabinets are all almost filled.
Sweet.
Oh,
That's amazing.
there,
Look,
I
he's
got
talking
slightly
about
excited.
he's talking about the brand new storefront. Tar River Arms was America's virtual gun store. Now they do have a storefront. It will be opening this July on the 9th. We will be there, and if you want to come early, you can stay late.
That's and come
I
on
think-
out and
I
we'll
think that
leave the
works.
light on for you.
But in essence, go to Tar River Arms. Tar River Arms, TRAguns.com or TarRiverArms.com. Use promo code MOJO50 at the checkout, and you can get not only a $25 gift card, but on any order over $600 or more, you get it free shipping to any location in the United States. And it's amazing. And by the way, they have to send it to a FFA gun dealer so that they can check out your stuff. So make sure you have your stuff in order. Because they can't deliver it straight to your house. That's not how this works, guys.
Check out your stuff.
Exactly. So check out your stuff. Make sure everything's good to go.
That's called upskirt, isn't it?
No. Check out your stuff.
Oh well.
That's
It's
just
2019. Who's to say I'm not wearing a dress?
I mean, you might be. You might also be in a kilt. I don't know. It may be yoga pants. Who cares? That's not what we're talking about. Go to tarriverarms.com. So Dumb and Dumber
Yeah.
have recently come out of the closet. No, I'm just joking. They've recently come out, and both of them have had a couple of very public things to say.
Yeah. And we refer to Dumb and Dumber, in case you weren't aware or never watched it, we are referring to that would be Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. Both are just delightful individuals. Both of them literally live up to the name of the movie that they starred in together.
Mm-hmm.
It's so bad, I don't even know which one to actually start. Well, let's just do Jim Carrey. That's the first one I have
You
here.
want
Let's
to do Jim
him.
Carrey? All right. So Jim
Okay.
Carrey made an art
He's an
piece.
artist.
Yeah, he's an artist. He's been painting for a while recently.
See, apparently something has happened. I feel that he is going the way of, or has gone the way of, son of a motherless puss bucket. What is his name? Andy Kaufman.
Kaufman. Well, I mean, he did do the movie.
He did do the movie, and I think he's gone that route now, where he's just like, he just hasn't killed himself yet, or he hasn't died yet.
Right. He's off the deep end, but he's gone very zen.
Very zen. It's all about feelings and emotions, and it's all about finding his inner self. The things that he says during interviews is
crazy,
to say the least. It's very worrisome that he sometimes is out in public and
Well,
but anyway, so he's an artist.
He's an artist, and he made this picture of the Alabama governor, who is a female.
Yep.
And she's also old.
Yeah.
As a baby, but with her normal face.
Mm-hmm.
So her normal face on a baby body with an umbilical cord coming out of there.
So basically, it would be as if the governor was a fetus.
Right, and then a straw being attached to her head, and with a little rubber glove, and her head being sucked through the straw. And it says here on the tweet, I think if you're going to terminate a pregnancy, it should be done sometime before the fetus becomes governor of Alabama.
Now, and maybe I'm reading way too much into this, but
Maybe.
and we know that it's not theoretically meant like that, but couldn't that be taken kind of as a threat?
Yes.
Implying, hey, you should try killing her? Maybe I'm reading way too much into it, and not just because she's
I
a
think,
fetus.
that could definitely be
before it becomes governor.
Look, that is definitely could be construed as a major threat, a major threat, and he's done this a couple of times in the past with the different places and different people, and especially Trump because Orange Man bad, and he's decided to become very political about these things, which. Once you go woke,
You never go back?
You always go broke. is how this works.
Is that how it works?
That is how this works. Now, he hasn't gotten any jobs recently because he lives on his own money that he's had for years and years and years in his private mansion. But nonetheless, Jim Carrey thinks it's a good idea to basically say that you should abort the life of the governor of Alabama.
Yeah, he's the type that apparently there should be no age restriction at all, which includes very, 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 very late term abortion.
That is a very late term abortion.
What, like she would be in her what?
Like the 260th trimester?
Something like that. Yeah, it's way up there. Like, and what makes it work? But like the only thing that makes this story any good.
Yep.
Is that because he's thrown this out there, there are people on the right who are actually taking this and saying and using it as a
good reason to say, well, this is why we shouldn't have abortion.
Yeah, that Jim Carrey's actually proving the point that abortion is bad.
Here's the point that abortion is bad. You're killing folks.
Yeah, Matt
here,
Walsh
Jim
tweeted
Carrey.
out that this is one of the most effective advertisements for the pro-life cause that I've seen in a long time. Thank you for your service, Jim.
Roz over on the Mojo Live, Mojo TV Live over there says it's about the 180th trimester, which is
Something
about
like that.
right. She's in her
I don't.
60s, and whatever, it's 3 in a year, and on the whole thing.
Me, those of us without uteri have no idea to keep track of these things because we don't. It's not our choice.
Not really good at math. Anyway, so Jeff Daniels.
Well, I was gonna say real fast, rants out loud over on the Twitters.
Sure.
Jim Carrey is such a Picasso with abortion. He's already artfully aborted his movie career. So it's only fitting.
Multiple times.
Yeah, I can.
You know what? You get one of these.
That's true.
It's absolutely true. And I'm going to retweet it.
That's right. You get a retweet. Oh, so that one guy in Louisiana and over on the MeWe says Canadian asshole Jim Carrey isn't even American.
Damn Canadians. Anyway.
That darn Canadian.
Damn darn. Dirty Dangles, boys.
Dirty Dangles, boys. All right. Jeff Daniels.
We've just BT dubs after this is over. We've officially figured out which one was dumb and which one was dumber, and we are currently.
I'm gonna let Dylan tell you.
We're currently on dumber.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Jeff Daniels was dumber from the movie.
Well, yes, he was dumber from the movie, and probably in
dumber
real
now.
life. Compares Trump supporters to the KKK. Claims democracy will end if Trump gets reelected.
Okay, newsflash: America is not. America is not a democracy. That is all. Like it's not a democracy. France is a democracy.
Yes, we are not a democracy. We
America
are a representative
is not a democracy.
republic. Representative republic.
Putz. People can have their opinion. People can have their understanding of things, and that's cool. But you kind of need to know what the hell you're talking about before you open your mouth. Just saying. Just because you play in a played, I don't even think the show's on anymore. I don't even remember what the hell it was called. But you briefly played in a political show doesn't mean you know your ass from a hole in the ground when it comes to this stuff.
Did he really?
Yeah, you've never. And again, I know you've like anti-Facebook now, but there was a stretch for the longest time where he did the quote, the proof that America is not great. Where he's sitting up on stage and basically there's all these people from the right on this side and there's all these people from the left on this side and they each kind of have their thing and they're in this college and then he basically chews them both out and goes down this list for this 2 minute
yeah. But he was playing the libertarian in the argument.
Yes, basically.
That's right.
And it was, America sucks and we are not the best because we're this ranking in schools and we're here and we treat people this way and we do all of this stuff.
Yeah. But he was being the libertarian.
Supposedly, yes. And which is ironic because he is about as far from a libertarian as you could possibly get.
Well, that's the best thing about actors. They lie for a living.
Touche.
Jeff Daniels painted supporters of President Donald Trump as a wing of the Republican Party as racists. KKK included on Monday during an appearance to a far-left network, MSNBC.
God.
He also warned that the re-election of President Trump would be the end of democracy. Democracy isn't here.
No.
Daniels.
Just you vote. It's a vote, but this is a representative republic.
It's a republic, you putz.
You just
It's fried rice, you plick. All
yes. He compared Trump rallies to a line from a play. Quote, a mob is a place where people go to take a break from their conscience. That is so deep. And it's pretty bad that he couldn't come up with it on his own. He had to take it from a line from a effing play. But anyway.
What, you mean To Kill a Mockingbird?
No, it doesn't say it was from that play. Oh, it does say it's from that play. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry. I didn't see the. I saw A.
He says, and I quote, "This is what I see when I look at Donald Trump's rallies. That's when I see the lies he's spewing and these people and people going, I gotta believe in something. And I said, he'd bring my manufacturing jobs back, and he didn't. But at the end of the day, it's race. It's race, the actor claimed.
How?
Notice the vitriol in this man.
How? Because what you just said makes no sense. First off, you're trying to say that it's you're going to lose democracy. How Trump is not following up. Okay, and some people say this. Trump is not. Trump said he was going to bring jobs back, and he hasn't done it. Oh, okay, that's somewhat legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
But then you turn around and go, but at the end of the day, it's race. It's race.
Yeah.
How the hell do you draw that line? Where?
I don't know. I don't know. But look,
somewhere.
Look, there's so many places that you can draw lines. Okay, you can draw lines in every sort of direction, and you know what? You can also draw lines on your cat coolers.
You can.
You can. If you go to catcoolers.com, that's catcoolers.com, you can get a rugged, individualized, fully customizable, made in the United States, amazing cooler. It keeps your ice cold for up to 7 days. Plus, it comes in 5 separate colors. Your whites, your blacks, your yellows, your camouflage, your blue collar. It has a stripe on the outside that turns blue when it's cold. Summer's coming. Picnics, outdoors, boating, all the rest. Get your cat cooler today. Use the promo code Steven over on checkout, and you can get up to 10% off on your new cat cooler. Go to catcoolers.com, use the promo code Steven, STEVEN, and get a 10% off discount.
Sorry, I'm reading Twitter.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. So let's see. Starting with Zig, the trucking gator. There's one scene that Jeff Daniels did in an HBO show that was a spot-on accurate. Can't remember what the show was, though. Well, thank you for the help.
Thank you. That's amazing.
The insight there, the depth, Zig.
You are amazing. Look at you.
Man. But no.
Sarah the Jackal says Jim Carrey has lost his D-mind. That's true.
Asking for friend Jackal. Also, Jim Carrey is one of those D-gens from Upcountry.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
that
he
so
is.
True. You're getting a retweet on that.
Rats Out Loud. I listened to Jeff Daniels call America Democracy on MSNBC, and then my pet's heads are falling off.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Jeff Daniels.
That's a mess, man.
Is a mindless, talentless hack. Sarah over on the Twitters.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Kevin Hutchins over on MeWe.
Ooh.
Hutchings. Let me say it right because I'm going to get in trouble. Hollywood celebrities feel guilty about having so much while others have so little. They could give most of their stuff away, but it's more practical to point out at everyone else and demand that they give more. And that is absolutely true. See, that is the joy of being an elitist.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit that status, you can sit up there in your little pedestal in your ivory tower and your golden throne and point down to all the little people and go, you people are not being kind to each other. I have surpassed you. I'm up here.
Yes. James in Louisiana, or that one guy in Louisiana over on the MeWe says, ever wonder why they stopped saying the pledge in schools? And then he repeats, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
Yep.
To the republic. It is amazing how these things work.
A republic.
A republic. Huh. That is tight in there. Now, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If you were to say that you wanted to reduce greenhouse gases, how do you think you'd do it?
Aside from rolling my eyes around saying that this is just completely asinine?
Yes.
Theoretically, I got to make sure I get my science right. Technically, to reduce greenhouse gases, we would need to plant more trees.
Okay. All right, but you're thinking of
If
just
my math is right, if my science is correct, because
if your science is correct, and you know you
the trees basically breathe in the CO2, therefore pushing out the oxygen. Yeah.
What
so
if
we
I
would
were to
technically
tell
need
you?
more trees, more foliage if we're going to go that route.
What if I were to tell you that methane is worse than CO2?
Methane.
Methane.
Like
As a greenhouse gas, methane is apparently worse than CO2.
Oh.
It stays in the atmosphere for only 20 years, but in those 20 years, it holds more heat, apparently.
Yeah, but methane, and you isn't that one that, like, you light a match and
Yeah.
and then it's done, it's gone?
Uh-huh. And there's relatively very small amounts in our atmosphere.
Well, obviously, or rockets wouldn't be able to blast out through the atmosphere because then technically it would hit the ignition
and
and it would
explode and everything was going. Well, here's the thing. So scientists have concluded that the best way to reduce greenhouse gases is to take methane and turn it into CO2.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Now, I will be the first to admit that I am not the smartest person anywhere.
Right.
Hell, how I'm here is nothing short of the grace of God.
It's a miracle.
But you're going to, you want to eliminate let me phrase that. You want to reduce, at the very least, if not completely eliminate CO2 greenhouse gases. And I use greenhouse. I hate using that phrase, but CO2 from the atmosphere. So what you're going to do then is convert methane into CO2 and release it in the atmosphere.
Yes.
Now that hurt my head.
Yes.
To be completely honest with you, that doesn't make.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the biggest thing. So, from what they say, and this is a quote from the article, methane is currently concentrated in the air at 1,860 parts per billion.
Okay.
And that is 2.5 times the amount there was before the Industrial Revolution.
Huh.
Huh.
Now, how do they know that?
Well, how would they know that?
Well, there wasn't exactly measurements before the Industrial Revolution.
I know. That's the funny part. They weren't actually measuring. They weren't measuring methane up until the last 50 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it again because it's just.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened.
Yes, you are correct. You are completely correct. And they say that 60% of the methane emissions are human-caused.
Of course it is.
Rising from agricultural sources like rice paddies and belching cattle. I thought it was farting cattle.
Wait a second.
Why is it
Hold
belching?
on. Hold on. How can you say that that's man-made?
That's because
Rice has been around.
Because cattle.
That's not man. That's cattle.
but we herd them into big areas.
No. And rice, so rice is planted, but you know what? It's also the reason why they plant it and they found it and everything else and they keep growing it is because it was already growing before humans.
Yep. Yeah.
So you're blaming humans for something that literally nature, which includes cows, they were technically there first.
Yes.
And you're going to blame humans because of something that was what?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yep. That one guy in Louisiana says, I suppose they could check the air in the bottles of wine that old. No, they couldn't, because the components in wine as it breaks down would cause a change in the air quality inside of the bottle.
Yeah.
So
it all actually
good thought.
in with new stuff, and
good
it's
thought,
weird.
But the breakdown of wine over time would change the air quality. So apparently they say that methane warms the atmosphere 84 times as much as CO2 across 20 years, and it's 28 times as much across a century, which is funny because it's only lasts for 20 years. So
Rule number 5, Jackhole. MeWe's.
Yep.
I'm calling BS there because there's a lot of cows in Wisconsin and it's fucking cold here.
Yep. I'm there with you. Look, there's a lot of stupid people out there, and a lot of them are called scientists. But before we go, here's your Daily Bell count for the day.
Good evening, Mojo 50. I'm Leprechaun, and here with your bell count grade for the day. Today we had 14 missed innuendo bells, 37 actual bells, 2 horns, and 2 creepy Uncle Joes. Giving us a grade of B- for the day. Peace out. Good night, y'all.
Still grading on a curve, but a B- is solid. It's solid. What were you saying?
I'll take it.
You'll take it? Yeah, you got to get a little closer to the mic when we're talking about it.
I was tweeting. Sorry.
You were tweeting and everything else. All right. This has been Defenders Live for your show tonight. Don't forget to check out our website, DOAShow.com. Go to mojo50.com. We'll check you tomorrow. Later.